I have the right to call board meetings. Oh, that's right. I am the executive vice president. The decision to dismiss the security department and deputy managers does not require a board resolution. Just make the decision. I'll inform the HR department after the meeting. Mrs. Su slammed the table in anger. What did they do wrong? Why are they being fired for no reason? If there is a case of labor discrimination, the company will be at a disadvantage. Once this news reaches the media, it will have a negative impact on the company's reputation. Can you bear the consequences? Su Qinjing recalled Wu Chen's words from the previous night. At that point, you will first dismissed from Zhou Do and Yongkuei from the company. Because of them? Su Qinjing replied loudly, I'm not firing them for no reason. I have my reasons. 5 days ago, the morning of the 5th day, a store of our group in Don High Street was robbed. That is the largest store of the group in the country, with the best decoration, surveillance, and security at the highest level. Su Qinjing took the remote control and turned on the projector, then continued, but a store like that was robbed. The outside is questioning the security capabilities of our group. As a result, the stock price has plunged in the past few days. As of now, the group's market value has evaporated by 4 billion. Normally, Zhou Do, the head of the security department, should be held responsible. However, for me, it doesn't matter whether he takes responsibility or not. What matters is to stabilize public opinion and show the outside world that the group is determined to reform its security. Therefore, only by firing Zhou Do, the head of the security department, can we quickly bring the stock price back up. Everyone felt that the current Miss Su was completely different from before. Mrs. Su continued to question, okay, you can fire Zhou Do, but what about Yongkuei? Does he also have to take the blame for the group? Su Qinjing was a little annoyed. But Yongkuei doesn't work for the group. Why should he take the blame? Mrs. Su had a headache. What are you talking about? Su Qinjing didn't hesitate to tell the truth. Yongkuei's position in the group is only nominal. He's just your personal bodyguard. I'm not wrong, am I? At this point, Mrs. Su understood. I see. Whether to fire someone or not, and for what reason, doesn't matter. Today, Su Qinjing just wants to find a reason to rebel, Mrs. Su said angrily. Call a board meeting. Inform everyone immediately. We will hold a board meeting at 3 p.m. Meanwhile, at the other end, at the Li Rubing's company, Li Rubing asked Wu Chen curiously, why are you here? I guess Mrs. Su is about to make her move. Aren't you going to do something? Wu Chen replied calmly, I've already said, on Qinjing's side we just have to observe. As for me, right now I just want to paint. Li Rubing was even more curious. Paint? Paint what? Wu Chen looked up. Paint you? Wu Chen thought to himself, those secret photos from yesterday. By now, Ding Rulong must have investigated me quite thoroughly. He must be preparing to make a move soon. It's time for me to do something about him. Li Rubing asked in confusion, what are you doing? Wu Chen replied, nothing. I'm just drawing a sketch for you. Li Rubing was a little annoyed. I'm very busy with work. I don't have time to be your model. Wu Chen picked up his phone. You do your own thing. I'll draw mine. I won't delay you. Just act like I don't exist. Wu Chen opened a message and thought, this is the group I was added to based on the sketch I made earlier. There's someone in this group who needs a new painting to finish, and they have a close relationship with Ding Rulong. Wu Chen read the messages while sketching. He also sent a message, practice your line art more. The contrast between light and dark lines is too low. There's not enough sense of three-dimensionality. The others quickly replied, teacher, you're too strict. You just joined the group. You are a teacher. We've never heard of you. Do you have any representative works? If not, don't brag. Wu Chen took out his sketches and sent them to the group. Just some doodles, still working on them. 40 minutes later, messages kept coming in. Beautiful, beautiful. Who is this? Don't be vulgar. It's amazing. I'm kneeling. The girl in the painting looks unfamiliar. Which one is she? It feels so vivid. Oh, teacher, where do you work? I work at the Art Association. The number of messages in the group kept increasing. Wu Chen thought to himself, the atmosphere is so lively, you're still not coming out. Just then, a private message came in, hello, teacher. I have a daughter who is in her 3rd year of high school. I hope you can give her some pointers. Wu Chen was overjoyed. She's finally here. The person who sent the message was Linyuan Buxionyu, Ding Rulong's high school senior and the woman who held a special place in his heart compared to the others. They were special because they had a child together who was now 14 years old. Wu Chen quickly replied, "Pointers are too serious. Everyone is here to exchange ideas about art." Linyuan Buxionyu replied, "You're too modest. Would you mind evaluating my daughter's painting?" Wu Chen also replied modestly, "Her painting is very good. Compared to the children who just joined the group, she has a little more talent." Linyuan Buxionyu smiled. To have the affirmation of an expert in the field, as expected, her persistence was not wrong. This child really had talent. Linyuan Buxionyu quickly sent another message. "Teacher, you said so too. That's great. Oh, right. What are you doing now, teacher? Are you in Shanghai?" Wu Chen laughed in his heart. "Hi, it's easier than I thought." Wu Chen replied to Linyuan Buxionyu, "Yes, what's up?" Linyuan Buxionyu didn't beat around the bush. "Teacher, your level is much higher than the teachers I've met before. I would like to invite you to be my daughter's tutor. If you can come, food and lodging are not a problem. I'll pay you 2,000 yuan for each tutoring session. What do you think?" Wu Chen pretended to hesitate. "You're too kind. Actually, your daughter is quite talented, but this..." Linyuan Buxionyu quickly realized the problem. "Teacher, is there anything else you're worried about? Just say it. We can negotiate. Please don't refuse." "Okay," Wu Chen replied. "Okay, since we're fated to meet, then all right. We can discuss the details when we meet." Linyuan Buxionyu was overjoyed. Okay. When will you be free, teacher?" "I'll wait for your news 24/7." Wu Chen sighed in relief and thought to himself, the plan is going very smoothly. The next step is to make her one of my people. When that happens, she come to Donghai and be completely under my control. After all, she was a key witness to Ding Rulong's most heinous crimes. Wu Chen suddenly stood up, said, "You go ahead and get busy. I have something to do. I'll go first." As Wu Chen walked, he thought to himself, Linyuan Buxionyu and her daughter are only part of my plan. What's next? Wu Chen called someone. The person on the other end quickly picked up. "Hello, who are you looking for?" Wu Chen replied, "Of course I'm looking for you." The two sides met. "You tell me, if Ding Rulong finds out about you, will you die or not?" The person on the other end shouted, "Hey? What nonsense are you talking about? Who are you?" "I don't know the person you're talking about." Wu Chen continued walking and talking. "Don't deny it. How about I go find Li Rutai now?" The person on the other end quickly stopped him. "Wait, my friend, let's talk things over slowly." Wu Chen said, "Then do as I say. We'll meet at 3 p.m. I'll send you the address later." The person on the other end quickly agreed. Okay. Wu Chen smiled. It has to be like that. At Jinfu Group, 3 p.m., Mrs. Su gave the order. "Everyone is here. Close the door. Let's start the board meeting of the group." Su Qingjing continued. "I'm sure everyone here has heard about the specific content of this board meeting. At first, it was just a small problem. If a board meeting was held, anyone with an opinion could speak. I hope that those who oppose me can give a reason. Don't oppose me just for the sake of it." Everyone felt that this was a strong warning. Some people thought to themselves, "Fortunately, we knew about this situation beforehand. Otherwise, it would have been difficult to adapt to Miss Su like this later on." Mrs. Su also had to applaud. "Not bad. Qingjing, you've really opened my eyes today." Then, Mrs. Su slammed the table and stood up. "But today's matter, if I say it's not okay, then it's not okay." Mrs. Su then spoke softly. "Zhou Dao has been with the group for decades, from being a security manager at the factory to being the head of the general office. He has been conscientious and dedicated, and he has never made a mistake as an employee. If you do this, how can it not discourage the other employees? Am I right?" Someone nodded in agreement. "That's true. I think so too." Mrs. Su secretly thought, "Qingjing didn't refute me, and the company board is on my side. Very good. Continue." Mrs. Su continued. "This morning, you said that Joe Doe should resign voluntarily. You secretly gave him a sum of money as compensation. He has